This is an internet a J video. The rise and fall of Jared Fogle. It seems like Jay's starting to make more content, a little different. That's cool. Like to see more of it. I like to see a Jay branch out to a little more other stuff as well. You know what I mean? He's still playing a little bit safe with some of these bigger names and stuff. But you know, maybe feel it out, go a little kooky, something a little different. I don't know what you would rise and fall. You know, I don't know. Well, let's get this one started. It seems like it'll be interesting. I've never heard of Jared Fogle before. I just remember, like, when was Jared Fogle big? Jared Fogle, was he bigger? It's like 2000. Yeah, so I was like 10 years old, and I remember he used to get me free stuff all the time. I remember meeting him as a kid. A lot of it's blurry. I don't remember the specifics, but I do remember some really delicious footlongs. But I was younger, so I would only get the 6-inch subs. But I'm going to tell you right now, those 6-inch subs were not as tasty or even as big as they say. It was more of like a 4.5, and it was like a little salty. It was kind of gross, you know. I don't know. But again, I was kind of like, I don't really remember too much of my hanging out with Jared. I think that I just forgot a lot of it. You know, I don't know if there was some... I think I repressed some of those memories of hanging out with Jared Fogle. Anyway, let's get the guy. Obviously, I was kidding. I never met Jared Fogle. Thank God. Then again,
Hemlock became a member.
Hey, thank you so much for the small gut. Then again, like my mom always told me that nobody's ever going to kidnap me or do anything to me because I was so ugly, and she was right. That's the good part about having ugly kids. Sorry, let's go.
He was starving, so we stopped at Subway, like in my gown and in his thing. We stopped at Subway we ate there for like 30 minutes because we were too early. Oh,
30 minutes to eat. Wow.
She's not. There she is in Subway. Scarfing it down with Tony.
Did you go out to eat anywhere while you were here?
Subway.
Play hard. Play hard. Eat.
I worked at an ad agency who ran a lot of their regional ads. When Fogle got FBI raid, everyone freaked out, shut everything off, couldn't take down billboards, print ads, though. Really? You couldn't take down billboards, print ads, etc.? Wow. It's crazy.
Fresh. Eat fresh. Eat.
What's who's talking?
Go out to eat anywhere while you were here?
Subway.
Play hard. Play hard.
Eat fresh.
Bro, who was talking? I couldn't see that person.
Eat fresh. Eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
Floating clothing.
Face hard. Eat fresh.
Jared Fogle represents probably the single most painful downfall ever for an...
What the hell is this look, Ajay? What the fuck? A beanie and a button-up shirt? Today's your birthday? Happy birthday, brother. Why? Why would you do that?
American spokesperson. In case you don't know, he became an integral part of Subway's marketing due to his significant weight loss. He wasn't a
Is it integral or integral?
traditional celebrity, but rather became famous for being the face of the company. Unfortunately, the ugly mold hiding in Jared's metaphorical sub manifested itself when it was revealed he was a pedophile. Seriously, what is it with people and wanting to Epstein kids? The
yeah.
rules are simple, just leave them alone and don't be a gross human being. Anyways, in 2015, he was arrested
Jay, I think you just cured pedophilia. I think he did it.
Epstein kids. The rules are simple, just leave them alone and don't be a gross human being.
The pedophilia stocks are down right now, Jay. Holy fuck. I don't think we ever thought of that one. Holy fuck, Jay. How do you do it? How do you do it, bro? How do you fucking single-handedly solve the world's problems? God damn. Okay.
Anyways, in 2015, he was arrested by the FBI and sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in prison.
Wow.
This is the disaster.
That's a little old for him, huh? I probably prefers 15 months. Right, what was his...
downfall of Jared Fogle. In April 1999, Fogle's former dorm mate at Indiana University, Ryan Coleman, published an article about his weight loss. He was a 425-pound senior whose obesity was ironic considering his father was a doctor. Surprisingly, he shed a whopping 200...
That's probably why he was so fat. He's probably his doctor. A lot of doctors are not very intelligent when it comes to fat people. I'm just being real. Like, obviously, we know fat is bad, but they're not like nutritionists. They don't know how to help these people not be fat. A lot of times they're just like, why? Like, I remember I used to go to a doctor. The one, like the heaviest I was, I hated going to the doctor because every time I go there, they wouldn't say like, hey, you know, you're kind of heavy, you need to lose weight. That would have been fine. They would be like, why didn't you lose weight? They'd harass me. I'm like, I'm a grown man. Stop harassing me. I understand you're a doctor. Tell me like, hey, you need to lose weight. But when you're harassing me when I go to the doctor, it makes me not want to go to the doctor. Like, bring it up. Hey, listen, losing weight would make you healthier. But like, why are you fat? What happened? Why didn't you lose this weight? I told you to lose 5 pounds. Makes me not want to go to the doctor. It is what it is, bro. It's not smart. Whereas like my doctor's like, hey, here's some different ways that I can do this, that, and the other thing. It's much more helpful.
45 pounds just by eating a foot-long veggie and a 6-inch turkey sub from Subway every day for a year. Notably, neither
super chatted $4.99. It's my girlfriend and I anniversary, and this stream is the best gift. You are my father.
Thank you. Well, happy anniversary, son and daughter. But that might be weird because then you guys are having an incestuous relationship. But knock that off, you youngin' kids. All right. This ain't the South.
Sandwich contained either mayo or cheese, and his diet averaged around 1,000 calories a day. That's pretty low, so I'm not surprised he was losing weight like he was on a hunger strike. Thanks to the article, another one about him was
Jay, come on, bro.
Published in Men's Health magazine. This led to a Chicago Subway owner discovering Jared.
This is like really bad. Only eating 1,000 calories a day is not really that good. That's maybe Subway was the start of like fucking people's eating disorders up. Like that restrictive of eating where you only have 1,000 calories a day. I mean, my wife used to smoke. When my wife was like the least she ever weighed, she used to just like smoke cigarettes and eat salad pizza, and she was so busy she could only do that one meal a day. But that's not very good. It's not really a proper eating habit, is smoking fucking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting, but okay. I don't know, it just seems like a little weird. Like obviously eat less, but. Yeah, I just ate 1,000 calories of Subway. You could have eaten 1,000 calories for anything and lost weight. Probably hungry all the time, but that's not really a sustainable practice. But okay.
Jared's inspiring tale and hiring him for an ad campaign. They trialed one which did extremely well, largely because he was so relatable. Jared wasn't the typical celebrity spokesperson who endorsed a product they didn't even consume.
He was so relatable because he loved fucking child molesting, of course.
Like Tom Brady, who doesn't even eat bread.
Because you got to refresh.
And doesn't he kiss his kids? I don't know.
To be fresh.
It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway, and they're refreshing everything from how they make it to how they bake it to how they bring it to you.
This new turkey Cali Fresh is incredible. Do you even eat bread? Steph, it's a commercial.
Rather, he was a wholesome person who tried to help people by sharing his story. He became an overnight sensation. After Fogle's Chicago debut, he immediately received multiple interview requests from Oprah, Fox News, and USA Today. Catapulted to fame, Fogle was featured in national television commercials and attended sponsored meetups. His most memorable campaign was raising up an old pair of his size 60 pants that now required two of him to fit into. The ad was palpable and spoke to many Americans who wanted to live a
palpable. What is it? I feel like that's not the right usage of that word, Jay. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I use words not good all the time. I get, is it palatable? Able to be touched or felt. I feel like you meant palatable. Okay, whatever.
A healthier lifestyle.
I don't
and
care.
while Fogle proved
Doesn't
to be
matter.
quite the cash cow.
Doesn't matter.
After his 300 commercials, Subway's annual revenue tripled to $11.5 billion in 2011 from around $3.3 billion in 1998. Naturally, Jared got pretty famous. He was memed on South Park, appeared in 2 Sharknado movies, and went on the WWE.
Well, the Sharknado movies didn't know you fucking made it.
Now, Fogle was also very passionate about giving back to the community. So much so, he created the Jared Foundation to help combat childhood obesity. As part of the mission, he would travel to different elementary schools across the United States to talk about healthier eating habits.
I mean, ironically, him, being, well, I don't know if he molested kids or just looked at porn, but that would make kids gain weight because some kids are like, fuck, I'm getting molested. I'm going to gain weight to be ugly. That's like a real thing. I'm not even making a joke. So ironically, he just contributed to childhood obesity, potentially as a trauma response to being molested. So incredible stuff, brother.
In the eyes of his home state of Indiana, he was a celebrity. He took care of his wife and 2 children, spoke at fundraisers, and uplifted local spots. However, Jared's interest in children was much more sinister than he let on. It turns out he used his fame to gain influence so he could sexually abuse them. The foundation was just a means to gain access in an unsuspecting way. It was truly horrific and no one was the wiser. That was until 2007 when he casually told a radio host named Rochelle. It was truly horrific and
was this just like a Jack and Jill clip?
No one was the wiser. That wasn't.
Oh, it is. He was just happened to be in Jack and Jill. Damn, I used to like that movie. Shut up. I know you guys, but that was a good movie, except for this part. Al Pacino being in love with Jill? Come on. They don't make them like they used to.
Until 2007 when he casually told a radio host named Rochelle Herman Walrun that he found young girls attractive.
He told me that he thought that
yeah, he wanted to like molest her kid or something.
Middle
right?
school girls were so hot.
This alarmed her, so she immediately went to the FBI but was told she needed more evidence. So, like a hero, she got to work and secretly recorded.
Why would you even find that in her?
The pervert for.
Did I watch this before? No, I watched one like a year or two ago from Vince Vintage about this, but like I don't remember all the details.
For about 4 years. That's right, 4 years. She could have graduated with a college degree with the amount of time. Immediately went to the FBI but was told she needed more evidence. So, like a hero, she got to work and secretly recorded the pervert for about 4 years.
4 years.
That's right, 4 years. She could have graduated with a college degree with the amount of time she spent on Fogle. I mean, she should have been the director of the goddamn FBI. In order to get the recording, she would often wear a wire. And while they were absolutely 100% grade A disgusting.
Yeah, especially some of the middle schools. I love the middle schools, and the girls are starting to get, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know how much I love big, you know, I love you.
Well,
And, what's that?
well, you know, kids are maturing faster nowadays.
I know, which I love.
Fuck.
You know, just talk to them, just get to know them, just everything, and just, you know, do a little touchy-feely things with them, you know, make them feel good. And it's a little more touchy-feely, a little more touchy-feely, a little more touchy-feely. And it's that kind of stuff.
What age seems to be the easiest?
You know, I don't know, like, you know, early middle school is probably one of the best.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so weird is the way he talks about it, where he's like, he likes that the kids are growing up faster. Suggests to me that what he's attracted to more, and I could just be wrong, is like the ignorance of children and not necessarily their bodies. He's like, hey, I really like that they're maturing faster because they look older, I guess. But like he likes these middle school girls because they're probably very malleable and easy to manipulate and fucking abuse. Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
You know, they don't know if they're coming or going. And I could see you, young, you know, 6th, 7th grader, you know, this.
In addition, Jared requested to...
What the fuck is this guy saying?
I could see you.
I could see you blanking out a young, you know, a 6th grader.
Young, you know, 6th, 7th grader, you know, this.
You know, just trying to get her in on it? Like, what the fuck?
In addition, Jared requested to see Rochelle's kids naked.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want you.
Would you let me see your kids? Will you let me see your kids naked?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be okay?
Sure. They're very comfortable.
How old are your kids again?
10 and 11.
Yeah.
You could practically hear him salivating and getting...
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he's just a fucking animal. Like, all this shit is fucking disgusting, dude. What the fuck? I didn't remember hearing this.
Turned on in the phone call. He was truly a predator. Taking it a step further, he not only asked if he could put a hidden camera in her kid's room, but also if her son or daughter would be better.
What if they put a camera in your kids' room? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather have it in your son or your daughter's room?
Oh, I don't know. That
Was he fucking jerking off? What the fuck?
be, you know,
Which one do you think would be better?
I don't know.
So which your kids do you think they'll like better, seeing naked, your son or your daughter?
What a horrendous question to ask a mother. To make matters worse, Fogle tried to set up a party with Rochelle's children, their friends, and siblings.
Jared wanted me to plan a party.
He just wanted to come down and have a fish in a barrel.
That's correct.
Set me up, a target-rich environment, and I'll come down for a party.
That's exactly what he wanted me to do. And he wanted me to set up my children, but along with their friends and their friends' siblings.
Sadly, the experience made her a broken person as pedophilia was a deeply concerning subject and negatively affected her own relationships.
His mother now says the ordeal has harmed her relationship with her own children.
They
Wait, why? Did she actually go through with putting these cameras in the kids' rooms?
Were without their mother for some time. I became a broken person. And
Oh, maybe because she was being emotionally unavailable because of all the fucking stress that this would cause, which it absolutely would.
to reform that relationship
Like
with
having to like deal with this shit. Jesus fucking
my children
Christ.
to this day is very difficult.
However, Rochelle's efforts didn't lead to Jared's incarceration. Even with the recordings, the FBI was still unable to charge Jared due to lack of evidence.
What? What lack of evidence?
In 2014, though, that changed after the executive director of Jared's charitable organization, Russell Taylor, was arrested for producing child pornography. You see, Taylor asked to have sex with a woman's horse and offered to send her child-related sexual...
Sorry, we just...
for producing child pornography. You see, Taylor asked to have sex with a woman's horse and offered to send her child-related sexual content.
What the fuck?
He also sent her an image of a woman engaging in bestiality. Terrified, she reported him to the Indiana State Police, which led to them raiding his home. As a result, they found videos he made of nude children aged 11 to 16. In a plea deal, Taylor admitted to sending some of the videos to Fogle. This was a major breakthrough in the case as there was finally enough proof to launch an investigation. In July 2015, the FBI and Indiana State Police raided Jared's Zionsville, Indiana home and seized his computers and personal documents. They found tons of child pornography and a document that revealed he had sex with a 17-year-old at the Plaza Hotel in New York. And when referring to victims, he reportedly stated the younger the better. He even allegedly offered to pay prostitutes a finder's fee to scout kids for him. What a real...
Incredible. It's like that guy from Game of Thrones. It's like younger, you know? And then Arya Stark stabs the fuck out of him. You know?
Stand-up guy. These were the texts he sent. I just landed in Vegas. How was your flight, honey? It was good. Did you find me some young girls or boys? No, I've been looking to. Can you find me some? How much will you give me for doing it? Depends on if they can prove their age. If they can and you get me 16 or below, I'll give you 400 at least.
Wow, what the fuck?
So I have a proposition for you, and it's something I would pay you very well if you were able to help. Okay, what is it? Let me know. Do you have any access to any young girls like 15 or 16? Why, baby? Because it's what I crave. I would hook you up nicely if you did. As a result, the FBI charged him with possessing and distributing child pornography and traveling across state lines to have sex with minors. In addition, they subpoenaed text messages he had with Cindy Mills, a Subway franchisee who Jared was having a sexual relationship with. In them, Fogle talked about sexually abusing children, informed her to sell herself for sex on Craigslist, and asked her to arrange for him to have sex with their 16-year-old cousin. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 15 years and 18 months in prison. He is also required to register as a sex offender upon release.
Oh, I guess that's exactly what he likes. 15 years and 18 months is probably like a perfect age for him, I guess.
Naturally, Subway immediately fired him as a spokesperson and were left with the catastrophic damage the situation caused to their brand. Jared's wife, Katie, whom he cheated on with Cindy Mills, quickly divorced him. He was worth $15 million at the time and agreed to give her $7 million. Interestingly, Katie claims she knew nothing of Jared's illicit behavior until the moment the FBI knocked on their door.
I mean, that's possible, but...
That's how I found it. Was the FBI knocking on your door? Yes. Yeah. So before that, you knew nothing?
No, I knew nothing about his involvement in anything. They walked in, and you're just in shock.
You even
What the hell was that saying? What is it?
No, I knew nothing about his involvement in anything.
U.S. Postal Inspector. What the fuck is that, dude?
They walked in, and you're just in shock.
You even understand what was happening?
No.
Beyond the lives of the children, his personal relationships, and the Subway brand he negatively...
My uncle that lives next door was charged with kidnapping and molestation, only got 9 months. What the fuck? The fuck?
Impacted, he also destroyed the community around him. His fellow Hoosiers felt betrayed and disgusted. The very people who once asked for his autograph now want nothing to do with him. The famous Atwater and South Woodlawn Subway he first ate at has since shut down. Funny enough, not even the other inmates at Jared's prison liked him.
You think that was relevant to him? Or apparently they should have disliked him a little more.
He allegedly paid other prisoners to protect him and exuded an air of arrogance.
Oh, he probably did do that. That makes sense because, you know, prisoners don't really like those types of people.
So one day, a fellow inmate beat up Fogle so bad he was left with a bleeding nose and swollen face.
That's where Steve Nigg had a problem. He's serving a 15-year sentence for a federal gun crime.
Hey, fucking based, am I right?
He told his brother Fogle's sentence and demeanor inside the prison walls sent him over the edge.
When you run through the yard in a prison with special privileges and you hire people, maybe the inmates to back you up to make sure nobody touches you, that's even worse.
In November 2021, he wrote a letter to...
So not only did he go to jail for molesting kids, but he's also being a dick about it. It's like, yeah, I did that. And then he's paying people and he's getting special privileges. Okay, yeah. How are you so arrogant about that? What the fuck?
To the New York Post, stating he royally screwed up and took inspiration from the Shawshank Redemption by learning to make the best of his situation. Fogle mentioned he passed the time by watching football and working out. Overall, it seemed Jared, the Subway guy, duped us all. He was one of the most famous normal guys of all time. He was a huge inspiration to many and served as the face of a multi-billion-dollar company for over a decade. However, he lived a...
What happened to the guy who beat him up? Did he get let out of jail instantly?
Full life hidden from everyone, including his wife and 2 kids. Fortunately, he is still in prison and serves as a cautionary tale for the dark nature that lies within people. I can only pray for the people he hurt and hope he never abuses a child again.
Thanks, Jay. I agreed. Okay. Very interesting. Christ. I love a video, Jay. Thank you so much, brother. My brother in Christ.
I want Papa God to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.